Hey there, friends! It's great to see you today. Have you ever found yourself feeling a bit lonely, like you're missing that special connection with others? Maybe you're sitting at home and it feels a bit too quiet, or you're missing the days when your house was filled with laughter and chatter. Well, you're not alone in feeling this way. Many of us experience loneliness as we get older, but the good news is that there are always ways to overcome it. In today's video, we're going to dive into 5 inspiring stories of seniors from right here in the U.S. who have faced loneliness head-on and found joy and fulfillment in their golden years. These stories are not only heartwarming but also filled with lessons we can all learn from, no matter our age. Loneliness can be a tough companion as we grow older. It's natural for life to change. Kids move away, friends pass on, and our routines might shift. But it's important to remember that this doesn't have to be the end of the story. In fact, it can be the beginning of a new chapter, one where we rediscover purpose and connection. So, let's listen and learn from these incredible stories of resilience and hope. Let's start with Eleanor, a 78-year-old woman from Florida. After her husband passed away and her children moved to different states, Eleanor found herself surrounded by silence in her big house. Everything reminded her of her late husband, and she felt a deep sense of isolation. She once told me, "I felt like I was left behind, like no one needed me anymore." But Eleanor didn't let loneliness win. One day, she stumbled upon an ad in the local paper about a community center looking for volunteers. With a mix of hesitation and hope, she decided to give it a try. When Eleanor walked into the community center, she was greeted with warm smiles and open arms. She started volunteering at the front desk, helping folks sign up for classes and sharing a friendly chat with everyone who walked through the door. To her surprise, Eleanor felt a spark of youthfulness again. Volunteering became a vital part of her life, giving her a new sense of purpose and a community of friends who appreciated her. Through helping others, Eleanor not only found joy but also realized her own value and the impact she could have on those around her. Now, let's move on to James, a 72-year-old retiree from California. After leaving his job as an engineer, James struggled with a sense of aimlessness. He missed the camaraderie of his work environment and the satisfaction of solving technical challenges. He told me, "I missed my days at work, meeting colleagues, and working together on projects. Retirement left me feeling like a spare part." James's wife noticed the change in his mood and encouraged him to find a new hobby. Initially hesitant, James eventually decided to try something completely different. He enrolled in a beginner's painting class. He shared, "I had never picked up a paintbrush before, but when I started, it felt like a rebirth." Through painting, James discovered a world of colors and shapes that fascinated him. More importantly, he met fellow enthusiasts in the class who shared his passion. They supported each other, laughed together, and found joy in learning something new. Painting became more than a hobby for James. It was a bridge to new friendships and a way to fill the void of loneliness. As we reflect on these stories, it's clear that finding new ways to connect and engage with the world around us can make all the difference. Whether it's volunteering like Eleanor or exploring a new hobby like James, the key is to take that first step and open ourselves up to new experiences. Now, let's dive into the story of Maria, an 85-year-old woman living in New York. Despite her age, Maria's energy and desire to stay connected with her family were unwavering. However, with her children and grandchildren scattered across the country and even in Europe, she often felt the sting of loneliness due to the geographical distances. Maria confessed, "I miss them so much, and I wanted to see them more often, but it was hard." But Maria's granddaughter stepped in to help, introducing her to the world of smartphones and video calling. At first, Maria struggled with the technology, but with patience and guidance, she became proficient in using it. Now, she can video call her family every week, seeing their smiling faces and hearing their voices, which fills her heart with joy. Maria told me, "It's like having my family gather around me, even if they're miles away." Technology, which can seem daunting at times, became a powerful tool for Maria to bridge the gap and keep loneliness at bay. These stories show us that overcoming loneliness often involves reaching out, whether it's through volunteering, finding a new passion, or using technology to stay connected. It's about taking small steps toward a more fulfilling life, even when the road seems challenging. As we continue, let's keep in mind the power of connection and how it can transform our lives. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories that will lift your spirits and show you that it's never too late to find joy and companionship. Remember, you're not alone on this journey, and there's always a path forward, filled with hope and new beginnings. Now that we've explored how staying active, eating energizing foods, nurturing social connections, and practicing mindfulness can boost our energy and combat loneliness, let's dive into the next two vital habits that can help us feel more vibrant and connected. Getting a good night's sleep is essential for our energy levels and overall well-being. As we age, sleep patterns can change, making it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep. But with a few simple adjustments, we can improve the quality of our sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. Let me tell you about Robert, a 75-year-old retiree from Texas who found himself tossing and turning at night. He shared with me, "I used to sleep like a baby, but lately, it feels like I'm up all night watching the clock." Robert decided to make some changes to his bedtime routine. He started by setting a regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time each day. He also created a calming pre-sleep ritual, reading a book and sipping on herbal tea to unwind. To his delight, Robert noticed a significant improvement in his sleep within a few weeks. He told me, "It's like I've rediscovered the joy of waking up feeling rested. I have more energy to spend time with my grandkids and pursue my hobbies." By prioritizing sleep and creating a peaceful bedtime routine, Robert not only improved his energy levels but also found himself more engaged with life. Now, let's talk about the importance of staying mentally stimulated. Keeping our minds active and engaged can do wonders for our energy and sense of connection. Engaging in activities that challenge our minds can help us feel more alert, curious, and connected to the world around us. Consider the story of Helen, an 82-year-old woman from Michigan who had always been an avid learner. After losing her husband, Helen found herself struggling with loneliness and a lack of purpose. She told me, "I felt like my life was on pause, and I needed something to reignite my passion for living." Helen decided to enroll in a local community college's lifelong learning program, where she could take classes on topics that interested her, from history to art history. Helen found the classes to be a source of joy and excitement. She shared, "Every week, I looked forward to learning something new and discussing it with my classmates. It was like a breath of fresh air in my life." Through these classes, Helen not only kept her mind sharp but also formed new friendships with people who shared her curiosity. Her energy levels soared, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose and connection. As we've seen with Robert and Helen, making small changes to our sleep habits and keeping our minds engaged can have a profound impact on our energy and sense of belonging. These habits, along with the ones we've discussed earlier, staying active, eating well, nurturing social connections, and practicing mindfulness, work together to create a holistic approach to boosting our vitality and combating loneliness. By incorporating these habits into our daily lives, we can reclaim the energy and joy that we thought were lost to the passage of time. Each small step we take towards better sleep, mental stimulation, and the other habits we've discussed can lead to a cascade of positive changes in our lives. As we continue on this journey of rediscovering our energy and connection, let's keep in mind the inspiring stories of Eleanor, James, Maria, Martha, Harold, Alice, Mary, Robert, and Helen. Their experiences remind us that it's never too late to make changes that can transform our lives. Whether we're volunteering, exploring new hobbies, using technology to stay connected, or engaging in activities that keep us mentally sharp, the key is to take action and embrace the possibilities that life offers us. So, let's keep moving forward, one step at a time, towards a life filled with energy, purpose, and companionship. As we do, we'll find that the journey itself is a source of joy and fulfillment, reminding us that every day is an opportunity to create the life we want to live. Hey there, friends! It's been wonderful sharing these inspiring stories and practical tips with you. As we continue on this journey, let's explore the final habits that can help us maintain our energy and combat loneliness, ensuring that the golden years are filled with joy and purpose. Now, let's talk about the importance of adapting to change. As we age, life throws many curveballs our way, from health issues to the loss of loved ones. It's easy to become overwhelmed and feel stuck, but adapting to these changes can be a powerful way to reclaim our energy and zest for life. Let's learn from the story of George, an 80-year-old from Illinois. After retiring, George found himself struggling with the transition from a busy work life to a quieter routine at home. He admitted, "I felt lost without the structure and purpose that my job provided." But George decided to embrace change rather than resist it. He joined a local senior center and started taking classes on topics he had always been curious about, like gardening and woodworking. Through these classes, George not only learned new skills but also connected with others who were navigating similar life changes. He shared, "It was like starting a new chapter, filled with excitement and new friendships." By adapting to his new reality and seeking out new experiences, George found a renewed sense of purpose and joy, proving that change can be a catalyst for growth and fulfillment at any age. Now, let's turn our attention to giving back to others. Contributing to the lives of others can be incredibly rewarding and invigorate us in ways we might not expect. It's not just about helping others. It's also about finding a deeper sense of connection and purpose in our own lives. Consider the story of Barbara, a 70-year-old from Oregon. After losing her spouse, Barbara felt a profound sense of loneliness and loss of purpose. She told me, "I needed to feel needed again." One day, she decided to volunteer at a local animal shelter. Barbara started by walking dogs and soon found herself deeply involved in the shelter's community. She shared, "Seeing those animals thrive and finding families for them gave me a sense of purpose I thought I had lost." Through volunteering, Barbara not only combated her own loneliness but also created meaningful connections with fellow volunteers and the animals she cared for. Giving back became a source of joy and renewed energy in her life. As we reflect on these stories and habits, it's clear that the key to a vibrant and connected life lies in staying active, eating well, nurturing social connections, practicing mindfulness, improving our sleep, keeping our minds engaged, adapting to change, and giving back to others. Each of these habits is like a piece of a puzzle, coming together to create a fuller, more fulfilling life. Remember, small changes can make a big difference in your health and happiness. Whether it's taking a short walk, trying a new recipe, joining a class, or volunteering, these steps can lead to a cascade of positive changes in your life. You have the power to transform your life, one small step at a time. I'd love to hear from you. What habits have you found helpful in boosting your energy and combating loneliness? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community of support and inspiration, where we can learn from each other and lift each other up. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to our channel. We're here to provide you with more helpful content to help you live your best life at any age. In closing, let's remember that it's never too late to make changes that can transform our lives. The stories of Eleanor, James, Maria, Martha, Harold, Alice, Mary, Robert, Helen, George, and Barbara show us that with a little effort and a lot of heart, we can find joy, purpose, and connection at any stage of life. So, let's keep moving forward, embracing each day with open hearts and open minds. Here's to living your best life at any age.